Right there, 54 Mike. Double dog, that's the way.
Now Carr on the bootleg. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's Nick Perry with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, and you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the run.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third-year back from Florida State. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Cousins now. Smith catches left side. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, Breaker Omaha. Got 4 down. Watch 84.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, "Hey, these pants make me look fat." And we said, "Nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy."
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Check. Watch 54. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone.
Just like that.
On play action, Cousins rolling to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. But now it's 3rd and goal.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, Cousins escaping the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Throwaway and incomplete. Brings up 4th down and goal.
So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Bailey's kick is good, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though. Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all. Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points. And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Grant. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now, check right 54. Right 54. Here we go.
Carr going to try and throw on third down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down. And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Throwing is Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son.
Throwing, Cousins. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it's third down. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's put that team on the bus. Hey, yo. What is that? Let's make it hot.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
That's trash. 54.
Here's Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
In your face.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
He's coming, double up.
A give to Cook out of the gun. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead grows to 10-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Carr gives to Rashard, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
Right now. 180. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go, D.
Now a handoff to Rashard. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Carr completes it. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He gets it to Brown, complete. A gain of 22. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Tackle.
From midfield, here's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Carr. It's complete to Grant. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. It's a screen to Richard. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
That's it. Big hit.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multi-tackle.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Slam. Hey, 382, let's 50. Gun. I got him. That's me.
On second down, Cook gets it up around the 22, but no further. Did flash the fancy footwork, but not much to show for it. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Vikings on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And the Raiders have got him. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. Back deep, J.J. Nelson. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Right here, right here.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Final play of the half. Cousins going deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. We have hit halftime still. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Cousins. And Cook has it left side. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Watch the boot, watch the boot. Listen to me.
Now Cousins. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The coverage that time excellent by Nevin Lawson. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Watch the backer, watch the backer.
To throw, Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And taken right on the 30. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Oh, he knocks him over. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider 1st. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Everson Griffin able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Kill. Hey, Ringo, 48.
Following the interception, Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Cousins now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 24-yard line.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. A loss of 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd down.
8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Cousins now. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Right there, 54 miles. Silver.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's got room. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously decline that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Bailey got the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go. What now? 180. Check. Watch 54. Let's go, defense.
Now Carr to try again after the pick six. Over the middle here to Brown. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some muscle on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now Carr. Man open left side. It's Williams. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. On first down, Carr. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
We've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. The Raiders on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 11. Carr going to throw. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. His throw caught right around the 6. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, a 22. To throw, it's Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Foster Moreau, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They start the drive with Cook. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week. But maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see. And other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they...
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Maurice Hurst picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Back to it after the pick 6. Cousins. Smith catches left side. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Maurice Hurst able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Cousins. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And now look at this, big gain but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Throwing, Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Cousins now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The rookie there defensively to knock it away, Trayvon Mullen. The Vikings on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Cousins. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Well, we looked at each other. Right away, we knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Cook following the penalty. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, come on, now, come on, now. Two.
They try again with Cook. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
They'll run for it with Cook. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
At their own 26-yard line.
Down. Ready? Check 55 for Mike. Be a long day for you. 637. Mike, this move. 55, Mike. Watch the slip. Watch the slip. Mike 55. Mike 55.
One final try now for Carr. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Vikings, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.